us, even on this platform, to let the gentleman know that if he was told wherever or however that Ibrahim Mahama owns Universal Merchant Bank, it was just
he collapsed it and bought it,
which is a lie.
No.
And you know it, Kwame.
No.
We know the owners of Merchant Bank. Why do we allow that? So that you generate hatred for the guy when he has no shares, completely nothing to do with Universal Merchant Bank.
No,
That's a lie. In fact, I get people. Excuse me, Doc. Excuse me. Just 1 minute. I get people who are educated. In fact, who are high-level people come to me because they know my relationship with Ibrahim Mahama to tell me that they either want one business or something from Universal Merchant Bank and they think Ibrahim Mahama owns it. Because the level of deception and lies
is calling from
in the
Tesano.
system.
Let's take the last call and then we can just wrap up the discussion. Achambo, you're back on air. Yep.
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to you, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
My little contribution to your program about Ibrahim Mahama. Everybody seems to be talking about Ibrahim. We should also consider the conduct and behavior of the capital in business. Let me cite this instance. We were all in this country when we heard about the problem in the custom, or let's say, for your customs. Issuing check or that check to customs. Will this happen in the United States to take advantage of the fact that your brother is in control, your brother is in charge, and you issuing a that check to a revenue department or authority in this country, and nothing happens to him? Can we do this in the United States? And I want us also to take this issue seriously.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Champ. Thank you very much, Mr. Champ. Now, I'm sure that we're not going to take any more calls. Let's wrap up, let's create a miscellany here and then answer the questions asked.
Let me learn, and then before wrap up. Yeah, so I was talking about the fact that you realize the name Ibrahim Mahama became a household, especially during the last 8 years of NDC reign. And so this is when some people presume the company has been in existence and has been able to be successful. And so, given the current political atmosphere we find ourselves in, and our path towards winning ourselves off the traditional style of politicking in the country, you realize some people are still reading meaning that, well, he has been able to thrive as a result of his relationship not only with NDC, but because of the name, which invariably is the past president. And so when the matters of companies, contracts come up, and the same name keeps recurring, psychologically, you see people begin to ask questions. Why everything Ibrahim Mahama, everything Ibrahim Mahama? You don't hear Kwame Waja. Next time you hear Suhini, next time you hear Kofi, but always Ibrahim Mahama. So this is where the psychological, warfare comes in. That is the objective. But if you look at it from a business perspective, then it doesn't matter if it is one name, penetrating the various spheres of our business life. It depends on the person's resolve to go and aspire for more. Now, with regards to the Universal Merchant Bank issue, when people equate the name Ibrahim Mahama with it shouldn't come as a surprise, especially to Alasan. Just as we talked about the Eastern Cubic here, the presumption is that this company is owned by Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. But we now know that it is a company that he perhaps is helping, to secure that particular contract or that mining site, and he would be subcontracted by Eastern Cubic. But the impression that is created is that Eastern Cubic is owned by Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, and he has been denied, that particular, I would say, parenthood from the government.
But just said that is the nature of politics in the country.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, we need to be clear on some of these things. If the explanations go this way, Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, would even be saved from some of this public lashing. That's what I'm saying. It should be clear that Eastern Cubic is not owned by Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. He is helping the company to establish, and then he would get the contract. Just perhaps like the Universal Merchant Bank, he perhaps facilitated and ensuring that there was some amount initially You know, there was a loan from there.
Yes.
You see, this is where the people, there are some discussions that have gone on, needless to mention on air, you know, but there is this perception, and some are facts, with regards to the ownership. He has even mentioned that Mr. Ibrahim Mahama has many companies in Ghana. The one that people know more is the engineers.
Let me listen to Kofi and then before I come to you.
Kwame, among many reasons why I love the MPP is their ideology, their belief that we need to, as individuals, we need to do better in the country. And in doing so, they also provide a needed atmosphere for individuals to thrive. I have great respect for Ibrahim. I admire him. I wish one day I become like him, somebody like him. I have so much respect for him and his brother, the ex-president, even though I have problems with his leadership skills. I have great respect for them. But I sit here and I see Hassan passionately talking about how we've polluted our political environment, how we've been able to...
No, Al-Hassan is reacting.
No, I understand.
His reaction is as a result of what we all heard.
It's worrying to hear some of these comments, because maybe, who knows, tomorrow I become the president, then my brother is extremely competent. He can deliver on a particular job. Just because of these things going on, my brother can perform. I don't think it's the way to go. But Hassan is singing to the choir here, because his own people, whilst he's bemoaning this issue that is not helping us, his own people also goes about doing the same thing, regardless of whether the person can do the job. And they go about doing what? The same what? Saying, oh, because Ken Ofori-Atta is related to the president, so he can go ahead and do whatever he wants. That is not right. And then, because and he just mentioned here today that the SEC has appointed an MD or deputy. I don't quite know exactly the position. Yes. And he has a problem with it because of his relationship with Ken Ofori-Atta and the fact that they've raised the 2.25 billion, so it will hinder the project. Some of these things do not augur well for our development. And he sits here and almost seems like crying, because people out there are saying Ibrahim owns Universal Merchant Bank. Ibrahim has all the contracts. Meanwhile,
I think you're mixing the issues up. He's looking at a situation of conflict of interest. That's exactly what he's looking at. But when it comes to Ibrahim Mahama, what is untrue about him is the fact that he doesn't own Exxon Cables. He doesn't own it. We know about that. He doesn't own it. These we can use. We don't need a knife of a medical doctor to be able to hide these things. So we can just look at this trade and say that these things are not true. But when you're putting Obama, for instance, on SEC, and you are the Minister for Finance, one should be checking the other. The question is that all of it came from data bank. Is that right?
So does it mean they can check each other?
But we have to live to see.
Exactly.
So we have to live to see. But maybe to cost us by the time we see it.
To vilify the process.
No, we are not doing that.
That's exactly why you are not doing that. But Hassan did that. The NDC.
Let me tell you, when the Chief Justice was appointed, I was so happy because I read the judgment. So far, and I said that she's so extremely competent. There's no doubt about her competence. The fact that she's whatever. But you see, in some instances, people would then say that, because X and Y is this, that's what. But you see, we say, let's leave to see. By the time we see it, the effect will have been irremediable. That's what we say.
I understand.
Good.
It's legitimate. Good for us to talk about this. Yeah. But at the same time, my worry is not pointed to.
Well, I understand that.
Over there.
Yes.
This gentleman sitting over
yes.
there. Whilst he's lamenting that people need to clean and sanitize their mind from this perception that Ibrahim Mahama owns everything and has all the contracts. He also needs to make sure that we need to wait and see whether these people who are appointed are extremely competent to carry out their mandate and their job. That's what I'm saying. We need to stop that.
We'll come back. Please, if you have any comments, I have some 3 minutes to go, so we can utilize it.
First of all, I raise, or those of us in the
please don't exhaust all the these
issues. We raise these issues sometimes bordering on conflict of interest, not necessarily because of the relationships, and you correctly stated so. Then, other times where the relationships become prominent is not because we are against it, but it's because we see double standards at play. For example, when we talk about appointees, most ministries, and when you talk about respectable ministries being given to people the president worked with in his chambers as a lawyer, and the finance minister appointing almost everybody from data bank to oversee state institutions. When we talk about this, it is not because we are questioning the competence of those people and we think such an act is wrong. We are raising it so that people will see the double standards, because these were the people who claimed that the previous government engaged in a government that gave opportunities only to relatives and friends. Now, the former president, John Mahama, never at any point appointed a direct relative. President Kufuor did it, Nana Akufo-Addo is doing it. But President Mahama was vilified for running a government that was based on nepotism and cronyism. We are seeing legendary cronyism and nepotism at play. And we are not even questioning the competence of the people yet. We are simply saying that, why did you accuse President Mahama for not doing what you are doing now? You said it was bad. You said it was bad, and you don't even have evidence of him doing it. Yet, every day, every morning, we see appointments, and the cronyism stares us in our face. And so when we raise it just to highlight the double standards. Now, a lie repeated so many times eventually is taken as the truth. And that is the case of Ibrahim Mahama. And that is why I am saying it is our politics that has gotten to the stage where people out there, and I don't blame them like I said initially, begin to think that Ibrahim Mahama has everything. And I asked my brother here to name some of the everythings.
I gave you an example.
And he talked about Ameri.
You want me to give you more?
And then Ameri, if you go and check Ameri.
Hassan, you want me to
yes,
give
go
you more?
ahead.
See, it's not just about
go
contract.
ahead. You see,
okay,
let me finish. Let me wrap up.
Yes, wrap up quickly. I just want to cut off.
In the mining field, anybody who has operated in the mining field will tell you Ibrahim Mahama and his company, Engineers and Planners, is the most reputable local company you will find. That is a mark he has earned for his competence there. When the motorway developed a problem and engineers recommended that it was going to take months to fix it, he went and looked at it with his brother and said he will fix it in days, and did it. When the Odo River, circle was flooded and we needed to dissolve the Odo River, he took his machines there and his workers there and did a job that has ensured that till date, that place has not flooded
well,
again.
Gentlemen.
So when you say he has everything, what and ask me how much he was paid for some of these things. For example, the motorway, we know it was done pro bono. I know, for example, he's putting up a magnificent bedroom, I think 60 bedroom or so, at his old school in Tamasco in Tamale.
Well, let me wrap up here.
What the school? So what is everything?
Let me just wrap up.
Yet you don't see it.
Coffee.
And I told you, Universal Merchant Bank. People actually believe.
No, I want to wrap up.
And when I say this, he says I'm doing it passionately. Yes, I'm a passionate person. And when
Honorable, I think I need to cut off now. Kofi Ami, our deputy NPP communication member from the US, he says he comes from Virginia. Thank you very much for being on the show. Dr. Ebenezer Ashley, economist, thank you very much for coming. And Honorable Alasan Saibu Soyini, Tamale North constituency, thank you very much. You guys have been very wonderful on this show, and I'm sure that we needed more time to be able to discuss. I'm sure you have also enjoyed every bit of it. Next time, same time, I want to see you again. Bye-bye from now.
In our case, Ghanaians sometimes do not want the truth.
See, when you say such things, it's as if you say Ghanaians that we are stupid. And this is the mistake the NDC did, and we throw them out. And you are doing the same thing.
Last time you said it, that without loyalty, no political party will come into his enemies into office.
I see. There's no art of seeing the mind's construct.
If we're going to kill it, we should let people realize that certain things are not acceptable anymore.
How would you kill it?
But you have agreed at this point that assuming that there's no merit in whatever is brought, the president could kill it.
They didn't get a second term. They were sacked from office.
Thank you very much for being part of this program. I'm sure that it hasn't just been the newspaper review, but it has been the subject matter of, as it were, commentary.
Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta rebuffs the rerun election demands of opposition leader Raila Odinga. Thousands of undocumented immigrants are in limbo following the U.S. Attorney General's announcement to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. And aid groups criticize efforts by European leaders to stem the flow of migrants from sub-Saharan Africa, arguing Europe's economy needs more workers. Africa 54 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent McCory. This is Africa 54. Kenyan opposition leader Raila Odinga's coalition